Hi, good evening, Venkat. How are you?
Hi, Mahi. How are you?
Lovely, lovely.
Mm.
So nice to meet up with you. So how is it going?
It's going fine,
Mhm.
and it's been long time since we have met.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and this is a nice opportunity. I thought,
I was thinking for quite some time to do a small video of your journey.
okay, thanks.
So thanks for giving me your time.
I should thank you first, and congrats for a wonderful venture you've started.
Thank you. I need your
And
blessings.
wishing you all the success.
Thank you so much, Uncle. Venkat. Thank you, Venkat.
Yeah,
So, Venkat, to start off, like you have been in the industry for almost 3 decades now.
true.
In the
Yes.
corporate world, I should say you have
Yeah.
spent 3 decades in the HR, and you have grown from pillar to post, and now you're one of the senior executives of your current company. But I know in your journey you have worked with not just the corporates but also with many startups,
True.
and you scaled them up from zero to a greater height. So can you throw some light on that so we can get to know, the viewers will get to know how the challenges you faced and overcome them.
See, basically, HR as a function is
Yeah.
very important for any organization because organizations are built by people and not by bricks and mortar.
Right, very right.
So, what happens is the biggest challenge for a startup is that the focus is on the core areas of business, which is either business development or product development, taking it to the market. That's becoming the core area.
Oh yes.
So, what happens is the other functions which are required takes a backstage, for some time till they mature to a level where they feel okay. We need somebody who is specialized in this to get over and start regulating things. But the thing that I've been always focusing and advocating to my organization is that while it is important to focus on your core business area to get it started up,
Yeah.
it is also equally important that you be compliant with all the processes and statutory requirements that are required to run the business. So when you come to HR, there are quite a lot of what you call statutory requirements that are required. So as a layman, many may think that let us postpone it for some time.
True.
But that's not the case. We need to be compliant at the stage one. Otherwise, it is going to be complicated, and most of these startups fail because they are not focusing on this aspect. So when they go for a funding or for the investor putting in the money, this is one area which gets shaken up drastically. So they fail there. So that's one thing that startups need to focus.
Yeah, because many of the startups or business owners,
Mm.
they focus on the core business, right? Like rightly you have said. So they have to focus on human development.
That is right.
So,
See, there is one other factor
Mhm.
attached to this because when you start a business, you don't go beyond your close circle. So
okay.
what happens is then there I know each one personally, so I don't feel that there's a requirement for certain thing. I can convince them, say I don't need to give you PF, or I don't need to look at certain processes that are required. But as you start growing, this requirement becomes mandatory.
Right.
So it is better that they start focusing on all the compliances right from day one. Then you
Yeah.
become a more matured organization,
And more professional.
more professional and matured organization.
In this last 3 decades, a lot of changes that have happened in terms of technology. I'm talking. So how do you see this, and how has that helped in your area of?
See,
That's right.
while people have become more tech savvy, obviously, 3 generations is huge period. I have seen starting from a stage where you had a 386 or a 486 computer, which people would not even recognize today, to what you call the latest technologies today, which is cloud computing, everything. So what happens is basically people see every 4 years or 5 years you get a new set of people who are more tech savvy than the previous set.
Yeah.
So as any business leader, it is very important that the HR starts understanding this and starts becoming more tech savvy, so that they are able to meet the requirements of the client. Now, for example, today nobody wants to look at the attendance. What they want is everything to be in a dashboard for them, like what is the time I've come in, what is the time I've gone out. So what is the total hour of contribution in this
Yeah.
week, the number of days I have been present in this week, number of days I have been absent. And with the hybrid and work from home culture, the signatures in the registers are not
No.
mandatory. No, even the labor department understands this. They
Yeah.
say, go digital, give us the copy, we are happy with it. So what happens is you need to have the technology to capture the
True.
attendance of everyone, whether it
Right.
is by a biometric or by login credentials, or getting into an app where you punch your attendance. Things could be different, but
Yeah, it's happening.
yeah.
Many of the industries are following that.
So it needs to go into that
Yeah,
direction.
Good, good.
See, as I said, things are going to go more technology oriented, but what is core and what is remaining same throughout the last three generations and will remain same for the next n number of generation is going to be that people need to be motivated, people need to be seeing the worth. So what happens is, how I see the worth is how I get motivated. That is the core of the business of managing humans.
Yes.
So if I had to say, my or rather our fathers would not have been looking for comforts and luxury, because they were more focused on it's basically the Maslow's theory of need hierarchy. So at one stage, we were looking for essentials. Then came, security. Then when we have both, we start aspiring to, get our life levels going up. So what happens today? The kids are having all the comforts of life. So they are trying to, be more ambitious. Can I do more? Can I,
Right.
grow faster? So what happens is the expectations keep changing, and the need for HR is very critical today, because we need to understand the needs of the people and try to design programs within the organization to cater to the varied requirements of the people.
Right, right. These days, youngsters, like you said, they have everything, and some of them really want to start up something. They are getting into business rather than focusing on working with somebody. How do you see that trend?
Uh, there are a lot of people who want to lay their hands on business, because they feel that that is the way that they can grow faster. But unfortunately, they fail to understand that it is not a easy sailing. So what happens, as I said in the beginning, the first and the most important thing that they feel is, I need to get 10 customers, or I need to get X number of customers, I need to do so much of a value of
Billing.
business, billing, whatever it is. But in the process, what happens is, they don't have a complete understanding of the process of managing the business. So you need to have the right type of people. You need an accountant who understands the systems. You need a HR. You need a recruiter who understands your culture, brings in people with that same culture. Similarly, you need the marketing guy who can talk the same language which the organization wants to talk to the customers. So these are quite important. And when I say it is important, the young generation need to understand that you need to have the expertise in each department. If you
Right.
don't go with the expertise, you are going to fail miserably.
Very true.
I'm not talking only about HR, I'm talking about all the departments. You need to have the
everything is important.
Yeah.
Everything is equally important in any business, for that matter.
True.
So, what do you have to give out to this young generation? What do you suggest, or what do you advise?
See, there are two things that I have always been focusing, because I have done a lot of campus recruitment and campus focused programs with a lot of colleges, universities across India. And what I would want the young generation to understand is that success is not defined, quote unquote, by the volume of money you make, or by the wealth that you really possess, but it is more important that you understand what you need to give to the society. And if you understand what you need to give to the society, you will come out with ways and means of extending your wealth to the society. That is very important today, because people think, I have made money for myself, why should I share it?
Right.
It is not about sharing. Obviously, you need to do something good. Let it be wholeheartedly done. Start with your own house, that is your own employees.
Okay.
Treat them with respect, treat them with due credit for what they are doing. Then go to the next level of building your brand, and then going to the corporate social responsibilities and things like that. But the basic thing is, it starts at your home. It starts with your employee. How you treat your employee determines how successful you are going to be in your business.
Oh, that's well said, Venkat. So that was a good insight about HR. So that was nice talking to you.
Thanks.
A pleasure, Venkat. We'll
Yeah.
catch up sometime.
Yeah, thank
We'll
you.
sit for more talks to
Yeah,
understand more
definitely.
about it. Please do like, subscribe, and watch.